Hello everyone and welcome to Cyber Sutra, the voice of cybersecurity leaders, hosted by the cybersecurity domain, Department of Computer Science. I'm Emmy Elizabeth and we are excited to have you join us with a conversation on a topic that's shaping the future of today's technology, artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. Today, we are honored to be joined by Mr. Roshan Vadassery, a technology entrepreneur, innovator, and a thought leader in emerging technologies. Welcome, sir, to today's podcast. And I'm really excited to host you today as a first guest on a first ever podcast hosted by the Department of Computer Science. Welcome.
It's my honor to be here, Emmy. Yes. Thank you for hosting me.
How do you feel being here doing a podcast today?
I feel I see all green around here, so it's quite good. Very energetic, and the whole atmosphere was very welcoming. So I'm looking forward to speak.
To begin with, let me ask you this one question. How would you introduce yourself? Could you tell us something about yourself and the journey, how you ended up in this journey of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity?
I think I've been inherently curious about how machines function through like coding, and then eventually realizing that okay, machines can do more. So when exploring a sector where how can these machines keep doing work that humans don't like to do? So that has been my whole exploration journey throughout my life. And I don't have a definition for myself, but yeah, I think we do a lot of work in the technology domain, and I like spearheading risky initiatives, which people usually don't shy away by. Other than that, technology is shaping everything, and we are very lucky that I'm in a domain which is touching every industry possible. So it gives me a huge sense of responsibility to, to use my abilities for the advantage of people, and we're in a very good position mentally, morally, and spiritually.
Okay. As the founder of Permissionless, while I was reading your portfolio, I came to know that you are the founder of Permissionless. And I believe that it mostly focuses on an open and digital infrastructure. So how would you try to bring in a balance between AI and cybersecurity in your foundation?
So I have realized that right now the way AI is moving, it's very centralized. As in very few entities have a lot of power over this technology. It is very important that this becomes decentralized, as in more and more fragmented, smaller models start occurring. More and more intelligence comes into the hands of normal people's own systems, so that they can own their own data, own the AI. And between this, I see that because this decentralization is going to happen, where it's going to be distributed to more and more people, everybody will need a situation where their cyber security demands are met, because bad actors are everywhere. They will use the bigger models, distill from that, then try to attack you. It is important that our defense is also strong. So my input would be that the overlap is one is that we all are playing with data, and whoever reaches the data first wins. So it's our job as cybersecurity to defend.
But then, while we all try to implement or blend artificial intelligence into cybersecurity, do you think that it would make the users a bit, wouldn't that make it a bit opaque or difficult for the users to access or get into that transparency?
I also, a few years ago, I had a thought for this, and that is when I realized that the only way to solve this is through open source, is to publish your source code, so that everybody can access it, and make it secure in a way that even if people know what the code is, they still won't be able to hack it. The true spirit of open source.
Okay.
So the antidote to this is that make your code open source, make yourself so vulnerable that they can't attack you.
Great. Since we all are right now trying to, blend or deploy artificial intelligence, AI, with cybersecurity, what would be that one threat that you would say while we try to, bring AI into cybersec?
So the way cybersecurity has been, people have been doing this all this while, we do not really know that there could be humans who would be able to create adaptable binaries. These small programs that can get into the most basics of your system, assembly of your system, and then manipulate code there, manipulate programs there. We are in that position right now, and I don't think so that we are fully equipped in a way to mitigate the risk around binary execution, remote binary execution. AI, because AI never gets tired, the number, if you, so normal ways of attacking is DDoS attacks, then now we do some penetration and all this stuff. It becomes very difficult for humans to do a massive attack when the instances of like autonomously working humans are less. You can have maximum 6 or 7 people who creatively do this. But with AI, the scale increases to millions. There can be million bots creatively trying to break your firewall. So when this blend happens, it is mostly that we start seeing the offense, and then we use AI to prepare the defense.
Today we were actually talking about how it is AI versus AI now. So what are your views on it? Like, what do you want to tell people that are actually confused there?
Every technology has its good and bad. AI is like electricity, but it's just like you gave electricity to stone and you made the stone moving. Similarly, we were able to create chips that are making the stones think. If you look at it, a computer is a stone, if I may. It's literally a stone. It's an inanimate object, but we gave it thinking. So, in a situation like this, where this is a fundamental technology, unlike anything else, we have to realize that fundamental technologies create a huge shape shift in across industries. When calculators arrived, when computers arrived, the adverse effect of it was like the magnitude of the effects was huge. When we see something like this happening, first is panic, where people think that it's going to take away jobs, but the opposite happened in the case of computers. There were millions and millions of jobs created because of computers. I believe the same thing is going to happen with AI as well. We will have some of the repetitive, non-creative jobs done, but when it comes to something very creative or new or novel, humans will be needed, and they are going to use AI for their assistance to help them create more. So that is where I see we using AI against AI, because AI is going to generate a lot of slop. AI is going to hack your systems, but it will be up to us to use the available tools against these systems.
I actually wanted to ask you this one question. I think this is one of the most talked topic or conversations that people right now have. Will AI be a boom or a doom? Will it be a threat or a plus to us right now? So I've heard a lot of views of people, and I want to know your view. What is your view on that?
I think in a very long run, we will have some very serious problems because of the adverse effects of putting intelligence on a stone. But there is something about humanity, if you have noticed across yugas and whatever knowledge that we have, that the good always triumphs over the evil. And after a long period of time, if there is evil, then there will be good as well. And if there is good, there will be evil as well. It's a balance. So in that case, there might be eras where there is a lot of doom that is happening. I think we are more in the boom era right now, where we are seeing AI is existing. It is helping us with all our things and small things it is doing right now. Eventually, in 5 years, 6 years, we will see more robots on the ground, more, more assistance in physical world also by AI. But then from there, if the next war breaks out, like a large scale war, then 100% it's going to be led using AI. There is no way that the armies are not going to use it. So when any war-like situation happens, like internet was created during the war. Any big war-like situation happens, the progress of technology shoots up. That is what I think is going to happen.
As a
We are
doom.
not doom, but like an era of some sad things.
Okay.
But then I believe that humanity will overcome.
Actually, I think last week our department hosted something, and then there was this amazing speaker who came, and then he was talking about right now all the teenagers, youngsters. One of the most scariest part is where we have started, conversing. We have started a conversation with ChatGPT or AI. And people started talking to it instead of humans. And I think that one thing that differentiates us and robots are emotions, humanity, love. And I think right now something that is dangerous is people right now, we youngsters, teenagers, have started conversations with AI. So what is your view on that?
See, I don't believe that humans are emotions, or it gives us any advantage in those terms. Really, like emotions can be emulated so easily, and I have like very deep understanding of this role playing that you're talking about, where AI is role play as a character,
Yeah.
and humans are getting addicted to it. I've extensively read about it. Have made systems for it. Made few AIs about it. I don't think so. Like we can stop it anyway. Humans have free will. If they are not able to get that emotional connect with somebody in the real world, they will move to the digital world. They started with Facebook groups, Instagram pages, and talking to random people on the internet via different websites and all of this. And AI is just easier for them to talk to. So it's not really AI, it's just us. And if any way of mitigation that, whenever people say that humans are becoming closer to AI, it's very similar to saying that somebody is converting someone to something. It's very easy to say that. But we have to understand that most of these people who are in this situation have a void inside them. It is not being filled by the people around them. And how will they fill the void? They'll have to access something which understands them, which is replying to them. Now I don't see that as a problem. Some people do really need support, senior citizens. If you look at it, it is said that once we cross 35 and our parents cross 60, we not even, like if you're not in the same town or in the same country, you don't even meet them 20 unique times until they're healthy. The stats like this. What will they do if they don't have a companion? They need somebody to talk to, right? So I think that the direction is good regarding this. That if humans are not finding solace in other people, then they should find solace somewhere. At least it will make them live longer, live happier, and what else.
Amazing. While I was reading about you, I came across where you are a 3-time TEDx speaker. Yeah, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. So I wanted to ask you this one thing. Right now, people like us, students or youngsters, teenagers, we are doing our degree, but then somewhere we don't know what to do next, or somewhere people are they're stuck, and they're trying to build a career in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and other emerging technologies. So what would be that one piece of advice that you would give to us students like me and youngsters?
I think although I love TEDx and thanks to them for the opportunity, but I would not like to base this on TEDx. Mostly even if with that, jokes aside, but even if with speaking stuff like that, or just in life in general, where wealth is important, where you have responsibilities to take care of. You have to make money, and also you need to enjoy what you do. So like what we call ikigai. Ideally, this occurs when uh, you have an interesting thought, and it is novel compared to a lot of people around you, and more novel your thought becomes, and it is useful for the market, more you get paid, more people want to seek you, more people want to know you. Whenever uh, whenever what you talk or whatever you seek, you're curious about, it has some novelty in it. It is unique, and it has that gap filling nature where the market says that, oh, this knowledge needs to be rewarded because we have a deficit for it. So in my case, I'm very lucky that my career has been through computers, and that too, like machine learning has been something which I've been doing very young. So that has really technologically helped me to achieve a position where what my skill set is unique, and everyone should aim in a way that you have a unique skill set, which could be you could be a pro of using a tool, and you would understand interior design. That makes you an awesome interior designer. You have a tool, and you are an excellent data analyst, and you also like beauty. So you are in the beauty sector analyzing data from Nika. So that should be the case, because technology is going to touch every industry. Earlier it was you will become an engineer, and the company then assigns you to a project. But in the coming times it won't be the case. You will need to tell what you are interested in first, and that interest is not tech. The interest is what your core interests are, what makes you happy. For some people it is fashion, for some people it is gaming, some people it is remote control cars. Whatever makes you happy and whatever you would like to pursue, you will pursue that interest subject, and then you will pursue the tools in it. That's like the main thing. You have to always go for your interest. Like my interest has always been governance. My interest has always been welfare. So all my thoughts eventually lead to that one single point. So
Yeah, I get it. One last question. This is not something tech related, but then I want to ask you this one thing. What is that life lesson, or what is that exact incident or a moment which shaped you into the person you are today?
it's very extensive. To be really honest, there is not one single moment. There have been multiple small deviations that led me to be me today, and there is still a lot of more deviations for me to go to become. And I think that is my biggest life lesson, that you cannot judge yourself based on your previous wrong actions or your good actions. You always have to look forward, but in a way that you are not dismissing everything that happened before. You are grateful about it, and if you made mistakes, you learn from it. And you're trying to become better and better. What you need is focus. Is try to focus on a north star, something that makes you, wants you to go all in on something, gives you that energy, and that necessarily does not have to be jobs. It could be that you really like a person, you are devoted to that person. It could be that you want to serve your community, you're devoted to the community. Or if there is a pressing problem that you don't like, could be anything. So many NGOs are there. If orphans, or you think your heart feels for orphans or anything like that, it could be that as well. If you find peace in making money and then serving the community, even that is a good deed. So it is important for you to focus on the coming future and take. This is my life lesson, okay? And this is like compressing everything into this thing. Is focus on your future and learn from your past and just evolve. And most importantly, Although like I named my company Permissionless because I believe in it a lot. Like I wanted to make sure that I never forget this. There have been times where I don't like tattoos, otherwise I would have tattooed it. Like there have been times where we keep forgetting that we constantly seek permission from people to explore our own ideas, to explore our own intent, where things that we love to do, but we might need approval. We sometimes seek approval from, like, we think 100 times before we move a step. And yeah, I think the best is that, focus on the future and stay permissionless.
Yes. I wanted to ask you this one last question,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm going to end this. There are a lot of people who love art. I love art. I love poetry. There are a lot of people who love paintings and all of that. And since AI is emerging right now, do you feel like artificial intelligence would replace art, or will it boost art?
I don't think there is art without an artist. Like that. है ना? Like
Yeah.
whenever there is art, it's communication, and it is communicating something to you. But the communication changes based on the person saying it. If I tell you something, it might not really evoke that emotion in you. But if your parent, your spouse, your partner says that to you, that might invoke an emotion in you. So I think art is like that. There would be a lot of tools to make art, do creative stuff, but it depends on the person who's using it and his story behind it.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today on
Thank
this
you so much
podcast.
for having me here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.